lover of ladies, an unrivaled cook, a member of the monster trio along with Luffy and Zoro, and a former prince to boot. Unlike his captain Luffy and rival Zoro, Sanji's strength may not be obvious, but with innate intelligence, unshakable loyalty, and an uncanny sense of pulling off feats integral to the crew's survival, Sanji is definitely the third strongest of the Straw Hat Pirates. And when the smooth, suave, cigarette-smoking dandy kicks ass, he sure does make our hearts flutter. So hang on to your seats, for here goes Sanji's top 10 most badass moments. Opening our list in the 10th spot, Sanji takes a direct hit from God NL to protect his crewmates in the Skypiea arc. On board the Ark Maxim, Nami is stranded with Enel, a formidable enemy who uses the Logia power of lightning. Meanwhile, Usopp has already been zapped and is one step away from being killed. That's when Sanji, courageous to a fault, steps in. That he's been defeated once before by Enel doesn't stop him from rushing headlong into almost certain death. Having taken the full brunt of the blast directed at Usopp, Sanji, terribly singed but still standing, takes a long drag from his cigarette and warns Enel to get ready to cry, moments before losing consciousness. That he always puts the safety of his friends first, even at great risk to himself, is what makes him a true hero in our... A testament to his strength and ingenuity. At number 9, we have Sanji make mincemeat of Fishman Kurobi early on in the Arlong Park. Trying to save his captain Luffy from drowning, Sanji dives in after him, only to be pursued by the Arlong pirates' henchmen. A known fact, it's impossible for an average human to be a fishman underwater. Sanji too has a tough time countering Kurobi's blows and dealing with the deadly water pressure. However, with his resourcefulness and intelligent use of knowledge as a cook, Sanji cuts off Kurobi's air supply and emerges the victor in a fight that should have clearly worked to his disadvantage. As an early example of his quick thinking and cleverness, Sanji's fight in Arlong Park endures still. At number 8, Sanji, aka Mr. Prince, saves his crew from a watery grave in Arabasta. Stranded in a room fast flooding, filled with banana wani, which are ginormous alligators with a banana-shaped protrusion on their heads, and locked in a cage of sea stone, Luffy and company are helpless. From amidst the cacophony of desperate cries comes a suave voice, and in the next moment, a banana wani is KO'd. Sanji, in characteristic style, saves the day by appearing out of the blue in his crew's darkest hour. And my, what an entrance it is. The only known predator of the Sea King's banana wani are not just hulking giants, but extremely savage. Booting one so hard that you see it bounce right up is a testament to Sanji's monstrous, awe-inspiring strength. Also noteworthy is the allusion to his princely heritage, way before Sanji's bloodline is revealed in the Whole Cake Island arc.
Huh?
At number 7, Sanji faces the ruthless Virgo at Punk Hazard. In what is now clearly a pattern, Sanji has a pretty woman to rescue in this fight too.
Ladyが俺を誰だ呼んでいる。
So, on one side is Dashigi, a marine captain whose tears call out to the hero in Sanji. On the other side is Virgo, an elite officer of the Don Quixote family posing as a naval vice admiral. Despite both contestants not being devil fruit users, this clash doesn't lack in firepower. In fact, it's a breathtaking display of martial arts in which Sanji lives up to his black leg moniker. Despite the odds, Sanji sends the powerful Virgo crashing twice, and much to their surprise, he rescues Dashigi and her fallen marine comrades, making his kind and honorable side apparent. Amidst ringing applause from the G5 unit, the pirate cook saves the day as well as the damsel in distress.
Strike!
Trumping a painful past and betrayal by his family and fiancé, Sanji's singular kindness makes it to the number 6 spot as he rescues his family in the Whole Cake Island arc. The third son of the Vinsmoke family of German Kingdom, Sanji is coerced into marrying Charlotte Pudding, Yonko Big Mom's daughter. A gentleman to the core, Sanji, knowing full well that the wedding is a farce, not only forgives Pudding for her betrayal, but also protects her from her cruel siblings. In an arc tailor-made for him, Sanji shows his family next that he's not the weakling they'd labelled him as. Despite being pitched against Big Mom's oldest son, a fearsome candy manipulator, Sanji manages to rescue the family that once imprisoned and abandoned him when he was but a child. This is Sanji's first major moment after the 2-year time skip, and we can see his martial arts has grown exponentially in power. This moment's forever emblazoned in our memory. At the halfway mark now, we have another momentous instance of Sanji's mind-boggling prowess in martial arts. Prior to his training in Kamabaka Kingdom during the time skip, Sanji faces off against Oars, a zombie giant resurrected by the warlord Gecko Moria. Teaming up with some of his crewmates, our curly-browed cook tackles the towering foe who seems impossible to defeat. Impeccable teamwork catches the giant off guard and dangerously unbalanced on one foot. Before he can steady himself though, Sanji, with just a standard attack of his black leg style, brings down Oars, flipping him upside down and sending massive shockwaves around the ship. A slot above his kick in the Whole Cake Island saga, this one stands out more for its destruction level without the use of haki or raid suits, thus proving Sanji worthy of his inclusion in the monster trio. If it's Sanji, then we must allow for a certain degree of frivolity. As much as he exudes raw power, nothing spurs him on more than a beauty in trouble. So for our fourth pick, we have Sanji versus X-Drake in Wano Country.
Terbaru Jumbo! Concasse!
Drake, one of the Tobiropo under Yonko Kaido, transforms into a dinosaur and attacks Sanji. In the midst of being thrashed around, Sanji's lascivious antenna picks up a distress call from the lovely Komurasaki. Throughout the One Piece saga, Sanji's first and foremost a ladies' man, prone to succumbing to their charms and capable of pulling off impressive feats in their name. And just like that, Drake's brought down in a trice with a barrage of flaming kicks to the head. For a relatively short fight, the speed at which Sanji executes his attacks is overwhelming. In fact, with Zoro tackling Kyoshiro at the end, Sanji's fight with Drake draws up a nice contrast. Pity though that he's bested by Zoro in rescuing Komurasaki, much to his chagrin. Serving up the heat, we have the legendary martial arts matchup between the lying wolf Jiabura and the hunter Sanji at number 3. The Eni's lobby arc is one of the best in the series and wrought with emotion as Nico Robin faces death. Pinning our hope on Sanji, he never disappoints. Against an opponent who, like him, is the third strongest in his crew, this contest lives on in our memory as one of Sanji's very best. Things don't start off well for Sanji. Before Gyabura, he goes up against a female CP9 agent and suffers a humiliating defeat, thanks to his inability to fight a woman as a matter of principle. But against Gyabura, he does more than redeem himself. This is also the fight in which he unleashes Diable Jambe for the first time, a flaming attack style that gives Sanji his trademark red-hot leg. Sanji's battle against the hybrid wolf is undeniably one of his strongest showcases of power well before the time skip. In the runners-up spot, kicking up a storm is our favourite fight between Sanji and prima ballerina Mr. Two Bon Clay. An officer agent of Baroque Works, Bon Clay is one of the trickiest opponents Sanji's ever encountered. While the two are evenly matched, Bon Clay has a definite advantage over the Love Cook. His Devil Fruit ability allows him to copy another's appearance, which he uses to great effect against Sanji by transforming into the gorgeous Nami. Given his refusal to fight women, Sanji yet again suffers severe damage at the hands of the enemy. Thankfully, much more quick-witted than Luffy or Zoro, Sanji easily finds a chink in Bon Clay's armor, though it by no means gives him an easy victory. This is one of the most exciting battles in the series, the sense of camaraderie between the two elevating the contest to the next level. What begins as enmity blooms into a rare friendship between Bon Clay and the Straw Hats, to the point where the former sacrifices himself to help Luffy escape Impel Down later on in the series. And it's time for our winning entry. Sanji goes head-to-head with Dobiropo Page 1, an ancient Zoan-type dinosaur. In the Flower Capital, Page 1 wreaks havoc, looking for Sanagoro, who is actually Sanji in disguise. The moment we've all been waiting for unfolds. Swallowing his pride, Sanji dons the raid suit given to him by his family. Ever righteous, he'd rather use the German technology to save innocent lives than hang on to his past. Of course, he refuses to identify as Stealth Black, instead naming himself Osoba Mask. Contrary to the goofy name, Sanji makes quite an impact. Stronger, faster, and almost invulnerable to physical attacks. He even survives crashing through an entire row of houses with barely a scratch. Taking inspiration from superhero transformations, Sanji's metamorphosis is fun, especially for Frankie and Usopp cheering in the shadows. And that brings us to the end of today's video. This is VinnyTube bringing you the top 10 badass Sanji moments. Stay tuned for more. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. And I'd love to hear from you as well, so type away in the comments below. See you next time with more exciting anime and One Piece content. Ciao!